And we continue into week 3 of season 10 of Fat Fight Football, and another 12 games of highlights to show you this week as the battle gets tighter at the top. But before we look at the league standings, let's take a look at the team lineups. Parmesan Belgrade have a strong looking team this week. 2 commissioner players in there to help out. It includes ex-captain Josh and newcomer Greg. Michael, Stuart, Nathan, Lewis, Jack and Stephen all from the main roster as Parmesan Belgrade fight to move away from the bottom of the table. Moving on now to Flaberdeen's lineup, and Flaberdeen's lineup is looking strong as well, with Maro there making an appearance in the last game as a little bit of a swap going on there. Lewis, all 3 Lewises once again available for Flaberdeen. Sean, Paul, Connor, David and Richard also available to help them out this week. Scrandinavia looking strong from the get-go and continuing to look strong as the rivals heat up as well. Ethan comes in from the commissioner squad to help them out. Otherwise it's Loon, Ian, Writer, Ryan, Barry, Homer and Chris from the main squad as they look to continue their toe-to-toe battle with their top of the table rivals. Speaking of one of those rivals, it's O.B City that we're looking at next, and they have Stephen coming in to join them from the commissioner's squad this week. Wayne, Jordan, Johnny, Willie, Matt, Callum and Stevie all available from the main roster for O.B City as they look to continue that battle. One of those at the top though is not at Rapid Viennetta, and they've got their lineup here for you with 2 commissioner players coming in to help them in the shape of Adam and Neil. Aidan, Niall, Andy, Sean, Taylor and James all available though from the rest of the lineup, with Captain Cal missing this week. Looking at Fatburn Rovers now in the middle of the table and still trying to chip away and get some results. They've got 2 commissioners in their squad this week, although Maro makes a swap going into the last game with Flaberdeen. Zach, Terry, Stephen, Timber, Gareth, Martin and Doogie all from the lineup, with Gregor coming in to help them from the commissioner squad there. Ivory Toast's lineup now, they're also in that mid-table battle. They've only got 1 commissioner player available with them, with John after a late pull out from one of their players for personal reasons, and we wish them well with that. Cheesy, Liam, Greg, Neil, Stu and Thomas from the main lineup available for them this week. Bayern Bru, the last team and one of the battlers at the top, and they have a almost full lineup, a very strong squad this week, with Chucky though unavailable to captain the team this week. Booter, Connor, Josh, Steve, Adam, Kier, Craig, Martin F and James still all available as that battle heats up at the top. And speaking about that battle at the top, you can see Bayern Bru last week went top on goal difference, joint on 15 points to Scandinavia, O.B City in third on 12, Fatburn Rovers on 9, Ivory Toast and Flaberdeen both with 7 split by goal difference. Rapid Viennetta moved above Parmesan Belgrade at the bottom, only on goal difference. Season 10 highlight videos are brought to you by the Offshore Coach and McDonald's Aberdeen. We thank all our sponsors very much for their support this season. First game for you of week 3 sees Rapid Viennetta versus Ivory Toast. Rapid Viennetta in orange shooting left to right, and Ivory Toast in yellow shooting right to left. Ivory Toast sitting mid-table, having a decent time so far this season. Rapid Viennetta stuck in that bottom of the table battle there as Ivory Toast come all the way through here, but it is unable to be converted into the goal, and Rapid Viennetta will collect the ball there. Rapid Viennetta now on the defence as James looks to play it out, and a great touch there by Andy as he cuts in the middle. Andy with a shot and a save there from Captain Greg in goals for Rapid Viennetta. Excellent stuff there from the captain, keeping his team in safe position there as James makes a save himself, and Andy now on the counter. Andy with a shot from distance, another save there by Greg, but can Rapid Viennetta do anything from the rebound? They cannot, as they're on the attack once again. Ivory Toast on the defence early on in this match, and Greg now looking for an option to see if he can play it out to a teammate there. Looks to play it long to Liam. Liam takes it in there. There's a run for Cheesy. Cheesy, just can't quite get the control in it there, and Aiden's away for Rapid Viennetta now, and it's an easy shot for Greg to collect, and now Rapid are having to defend as Ivory Toast move forward. Stu to Cheesy. Cheesy now with a shot. Cheesy with the goal, and we have the opening goal of this game and the opening goal of the week in terms of the highlights. Cheesy here, nice little take there, a bit of pressure coming across him there, but he's managing to keep his head cool and then slot that into the back of the net to give Ivory Toast a 1-0 lead in this match. And this is not the start that Rapid Viennetta will have been wanting in this game. Remember, they are at near the bottom of the table. They are above Parmesan Belgrade, but it is only goal difference, so they need to pick up points before they're drifted away from the rest of the table. As Andy there just brilliantly hits the bar there. I say brilliantly, I was actually meant to say cruelly hits the bar there, but it was a brilliant hit there from Andy, and he's really unlucky that it's hit the crossbar there, almost on target, as Rapid come forward once again. Aiden on the far side with the ball, looks to play in the middle, but Cheesy will collect easy enough for his goalkeeper now, and there's an opportunity, but Andy has intercepted that, and Andy is going to go once again for Rapid, but it's intercepted, but the ball's back in. No team able to keep onto this ball for long now, as the shot from distance there, and Aiden puts it in the back of the net, and that is the equaliser there for Rapid Viennetta. Good play out wide there. Aiden, not much on here. Tommy, they're standing there trying to do some defensive moves, but a brilliant finish there from Aiden from distance as he shoots it into the bottom corner, and Greg is unable to get anything on that. And the teams are now back at level pegging now, and a 1-1 score line here. And both of them will be looking to push on to try and pick up the points, as they both will believe that they've got that ability in them. As Ivory Toast come forward, but it's been intercepted, and now 1-on-1, he's actually got a teammate there in Adam. Can he shoot? Can he finish? Oh, he can. It's Greg down quickly and makes the save. Then you have to say Niall did not look confident as he was going through there. Quite a lot of hesitation. I wonder whether he was thinking in his mind to pass it to Adam or go himself, and he chose to go himself and could not finish there, as there's a chance here for Ivory Toast, but Andy does a brilliant job of defensive. And now the breakaway here between him and Adam from the Commissioner squad there. Andy still got the ball. Andy still going. Andy with a shot, and the save there from Greg. You do wonder whether a couple of times now whether Adam there could have been fed in, but he's been fed in this time by the Ivory Toast defence. Pure mistake there from them, and he gladly takes the opportunity and puts it in the back of the net there. Wonderful finish there. Liam looks like he was trying to play that off to Neil and his team, and the pass just not strong enough there to find his teammate, and it goes right into the path of Adam, who gladly takes that and just puts it in the back of the net to put Rapid Viennetta up in this match. 2-1 scoreline. They'll be delighted with this comeback, as Ivory Toast still pushing forward there. Tommy with a shot, and the save from James there to deny him the opportunity to move his team in front. Rapid Viennetta once again having to do some defensive work here. They do have that lead, they do have something to rest on, but could it be danger moments for them as Ivory Toast intercept the pass here with Neil. Neil taking the shot. It is a bit wide, but there is still Stu out there, and Stu is going to try and battle to get that ball into the middle for a teammate there. Oh, it's a long back pass. It does meet the target there. I did wonder if it was going to be shot there, but Stu in front of goals. Can Stu finish here? And he does, and he puts it in the back of the net on the edge of the box there. That's a fantastic pass there. I think it's Cheesy that plays it into Stu there, and Stu is just in the best position there, right in front of the box, takes it in brilliantly, and on the turn puts it in the back of the net. And Ivory Toast have brought themselves back into this game, and it's 2-2 between the teams as Andy looks to square it there but doesn't quite find the teammate, and it lands into the feet of an Ivory Toast player there. Andy now ball at feet. He's got Neil in front of him. Tries to play that cutting through ball, but Cheesy's intercepting. Cheesy with a shot there, and a great save from James there. Big strong hand came out there and to deny that opportunity for Ivory Toast to take the lead. They're coming again though, and James gets down and makes the save once again. Sean for Rapid plays it out wide to Aiden. Aiden, oh, he's played it out well here to Neil. Neil with a save there, and the Commissioner player unlucky there. Brilliant move. Looked like that was going to go into one of the bottom corners there, probably on the far side, but not quite the power. And Greg makes the save as Ivory Toast come forward, but Neil intercepts now. And can he get in front of Tommy? I don't think he did. I think Tommy got the touch, and that'll be the end of the game. 2-2 between these teams. Moving on to match number 2 of week 3, and it sees Fatburn Rovers versus Scandinavia. Fatburn Rovers in green shooting left to right, and Scandinavia in red shooting right to left. And early on there, Reiter with the opportunity to put his team in front, but the ball just goes slightly wide. And a quick apologies to the viewers for the odd camera angle that we had here. A little bit of trouble setting up the cameras on the session on this particular pitch, as Zach pulls off another save there to deny Scandinavia going in front early on in this game. Homer plays it out to Ryan. Ryan making his first appearance in season 10 after being out with some absences and then joining Scandinavia during the recent draft. And we've got Reiter on the far side with the ball at his feet, playing it back to Loon. Loon cutting into the middle of the pitch. Is he going to shoot from distance, midway spot? Oh, not that time, but he delays the shot, and the result is still the same though. Loon hitting the back of the net for Scandinavia there. It looked like as if he was lining up from there. I think Dougie had actually read that as well, and Loon just let him encroach in, gave him the slip, moved into the space there and applied the finish. So 1-0 to Scandinavia, the team chasing the league leaders technically because of the goal difference. So they'll be wanting to try and get some high scoring wins in this match and try and keep some clean sheets. And to be honest, with the form that Barry's been in goals for them, that might be achievable this week, as Zach pulls off another save there. Another goalkeeper who is in form, but unfortunately is having to spend the time making more saves than the other in this match, as Zach looks like he made the save there. Hard to tell from the angle, but assuming because it was Loon that hit it, it was heading towards target. As Reiter plays that ball in, it just goes past the far post there, very close to nestling into the far corner. And Scandinavia still holding on to this 1-0 lead. They are still threatening, but they haven't been able to convert yet at all, as Ethan on the other side there takes the shot, but it just goes wide of the goal there. And now Marrow here for Fatburn Rovers. Lovely little play into there to Gregor, and Stephen just cannot apply the finish in that opportunity there, and Barry will accept that opportunity there to get his hands on the ball to securely hold it, as Loon receives the ball there from Chris. Loon all the way through. Oh, he tried to give Zach the eyes there, but unfortunately he didn't quite make the connection that he wanted on that. But they're coming again here with Loon, and the shot there, the save from Zach as he keeps it from trickling over the line there just behind him. And it still incredibly remains at 1-0 in this match, as Zach trying to get his team to make some spaces and finds Gareth. Gareth, nice little footwork here, but he's actually lost it to Ethan. Ethan coming through. Ethan takes the shot, and it is in the back of the net there. Brilliant finish there from Ethan. It just trickles past Zach and goes. You can see that actually bounces off of Zach, but it is a slow moving ball there that managed to get into the back of the net. Zach will be frustrated with that, but Ethan from the commissioner squad will be delighted to get that goal for the team he is on loan for this week. So 2-0 now to Scandinavia. Got themselves a strong foothold in this game as Ryan intercepts the opportunity there for Fatburn Rovers to try and get forward. Barry with the ball in his hands, looking to try and get things going once again, finds Ryan. Ryan up against Martin, and he's using the wall there as Homer collects. Homer now, ball at feet, plays it out to Chris. Chris now has got some space, finds Ryan the edge of the box. Brilliant finish there by Ryan. Just tucks that into the corner there. It almost looks like a bit of a dummy there as Chris plays that to Ryan there, but he just carefully scoops that in. That is completely intentional. I know we spoke about potential other shots in previous weeks being intentional or accidental, but this one definitely intentional there from Ryan, you can see. And it's 3-0 here to Scandinavia. They are looking fully in control in this match. However, it is still a precarious scoreline at 3-0. Any opportunity for Fatburn Rovers to get in again into this match as Ian just hit over the bar there. That would have been 4. You would have thought that would have killed the game, to be honest, and it would have been a question of what the final scoreline would be as Homer comes forward. Homer the shot. Zach there with a save, pushing that wide. Zach trying his best here to keep this scoreline as low as possible. He is doing extremely well so far, but he still has had those three goals that have got past him, as Chris's shot saved by Zach, but it lands back at the feet at Loon. This is all one-way traffic here, you have to say, as the ball's played out to Loon there. Ethan joining on from the pitch, and he's out wide there, Ethan, and the ball just going wide of the goals there. Fatburn Rovers here unable to keep track of the runners, and they're just looking lackadaisical actually when they go forward as well. Give her at the ball easy here as Ryan takes a shot, and it is saved once again here. The ball now into this bottom left corner, which unfortunately we're unable to see. Chris has the ball, middle of the pitch now. Will he take a shot from distance? Will he work his way through? He's got Timber there trying to block him down there. Chris just still holding on to that ball. Nice little move to Ethan. Lovely pass back there, and the finish. That's a brilliant move there from Chris and Ethan there, right on the wavelengths there as the ball gets played into Ethan there. Chris comes forward, nice little touch of the ball, and then just finishes it into the back of the net to make it 4-0 to Scandinavia. And you have to say, it is a scoreline that they deserve. It may be harsh on Zach himself with the amount of saves that he's pulled off. However, Scandinavia have been relentless and deserve the 4 goals that they have here. Nice little move there, but Gregor there getting it in the way of that pass, making that interception. The ball's in the corner. Scandinavia look to play it out. I don't think there's much time left here as Ryan plays it back to Loon, and there is the final whistle. 4-0 to Scandinavia. Game number 3 for week 3, season 10, Fat 5 football sees Parmesan Belgrade versus O.B City. Parmesan Belgrade in white shooting left to right, and O.B City in black shooting right to left, as Jack there for Parmesan Belgrade just calmly giving the ball back to his goalkeeper so they can get things under control. But O.B City coming forward here, nice little run by Jordan, it's ricocheted off of Nathan there, and Michael getting a crucial touch to just push that away from his goal line there, as the score line remains at 0-0 here. But Stuart has a chance, he's intercepted. Now can he find a teammate? He decides to shoot himself. Wayne there, fine save by Wayne. Big foot there coming in the way to deflect and block away that shot. O.B City on the attack now, and another save by Michael there, the shot with a little bit of distance there. Now Stephen has a chance for Parmesan to go forward, and he's absolutely blistering up the far side there, trying to use the wall to find a teammate there, but Wayne will collect that as the ball rolls into his box. And Jordan now looking to try and get away here. A touch over to the far side into some space. Nathan keeping him company though, and into the corner there as Jordan plays it middle. Johnny can't get on it. Cal at the far side. Callum with the opening goal, and the league's top goal scorer and top goal scorer for O.B City there gets to the goal. I'm just looking at that. Did Johnny intentionally play that back? I am not sure. I think he's tried to control that. If you look at the position where he is, right in the middle of the pitch, on the edge of the box, I think anybody, any day of the week, is going to try and shoot themselves with that. However, it does take a nick off of Johnny right into the path of Callum, so I'm sure if we asked him, he would say it was intentional, but I'll leave it up to you, the viewers, to decide either way. But what is a matter of fact is the fact the scoreline is 1-0 now, thanks to Callum. And O.B City sitting here in a prime position in this match with that lead, as the ball goes all the way up to the goal scorer himself. Looks to find Jordan there. Oh, it's disaster there. The ball had gone past Jordan there, and it had reached Lewis. Lewis's touch too heavy. Is he trying to play it back to the goalkeeper? I wonder if he's trying to do that. I'm not entirely sure. It's been a disaster anyway, landing right into the path of Jordan there, and Jordan sticks it in the back of the net to make it 2-0 now, but not for long. The culprit of the mistake for Parmesan Belgrade has made up for it straight away here, as Lewis on the far side there gets that shot just inside the near post there of Wayne. Wayne will be furious with himself for letting that in the near post there, and it's 2-1 now. The scoreline, Parmesan Belgrade heading back incredibly quick in this match. Not much time at all for O.B City to sit on their 2-goal lead. So 2-1, the score line in this match. Things starting to really heat up. It's not the one-way traffic that it may have looked like after that second goal had gone in for O.B City, and Parmesan Belgrade trying to find a way here. Oh, but there, Greg just making the mistake, but he makes up for it brilliantly against Stephen there. The two commissioner players battling it out in the middle of the pitch with Greg coming out top there. Lewis now with a shot. Lewis with another goal as well, and he's definitely made up now for the mistake earlier as he's dragged the Parmesan players back into this. I say dragged, that's probably a bit injustice for the rest of the team, but Lewis definitely spearheading the attack there. And it's 2-2 in this match. Brilliant stuff there from Lewis and from Parmesan to keep battling after being 2-0 down early on. Reminder that Parmesan Belgrade bottom of the table here. So this has shown a lot of guts and a lot of fight. They definitely believe that they can get themselves out of their predicament. As Greg coming forward, Greg looking to find Josh. Commissioner players connecting there, and Josh denied the opportunity of a goal from Wayne. Great goalkeeping there from Wayne, standing his ground, making himself big in the space that's available. As Greg finds it, Lewis now to Josh. Josh another chance, and there is Wayne once again, and Lewis tries to just dink that into the top corner, but Wayne quickly there. Quick hands from Wayne, getting a hold of the ball. It's Parmesan Belgrade now in a purple patch here of this game, coming forward once again. They have definitely picked themselves up off the mat and are pushing themselves forward now, but O.B City have a little turn in possession, but the ball's been lost there, and Greg will see that back to Michael in goals as he look to try and move forward now. Josh holding up the ball well. Oh, he tried to find Lewis but didn't come off. Stephen there couldn't quite get the ball under control, and it's Jack on the far side there. Captain Jack playing in the goal scorer for Parmesan, Lewis. Nice little ball to Greg there. Can he finish it? Yes, he can. Lewis's hands. Look at that celebration from Lewis. Brilliant stuff here. It's a great take of the ball there actually from Lewis. Both to use the ball, give himself some time through the legs of Willie, and then Greg's finish there at a tight angle. That's a fantastic move from Parmesan Belgrade. You've got to love that celebration from Lewis though. The arms raised in the air and the fist pumps, and rightly so considering that they're now 3-2 ahead in this match. What a turnaround, but there is still plenty of time in this game, and O.B City know that they are part of the chasing pact on Bayern and Scrandinavia. They're coming through again here, but Michael with a big save. And could Michael being back in this week be a big difference for Parmesan Belgrade? Could he be part of the difference makers to help them pick up points? As Willie goes in for the tackle, is deemed fair by the referee. Game's played on. Jordan takes the shot, and it's in the back of the net there. Well, there might be some frustration here from Parmesan Belgrade. It's right in front of the referee there. But it's a brilliant finish from Jordan from distance. He's given Michael the wrong eyes there and made him dive the wrong way. And the Parmesan Belgrade players will just have to carry on and just move on from it there. To be honest, when I looked at it, it looked like as if it was through the ball, the incident where the players had actually both had contact with the ball. So, you know, not much protest there from Parmesan. I think they're just frustrated as Jordan there strikes again on the edge of the box, and O.B City, incredibly, after such a brilliant comeback from Parmesan Belgrade, O.B City have flipped this game around within a few moments, and it is 4-3 now. You can see Stephen's frustration there that he knows his game has slipped away from them. There is still time for them to come back into this, but they're going to have to do it sooner rather than later. O.B City will be looking to just kill this off as Stewart tries to use the ball for a 1-2 to make it up the pitch, but O.B City have the ball under control now with Johnny on the far side. Johnny plays it off the wall, and Stevie there. Wow, what a move. That could have killed off the game there, but Stevie can't make connection with it at all, and it just drifts wide of the goal. Now Johnny's got another opportunity up the pitch now on the far side. Looks to play Stevie once again, but it's bounced off of Stephen. Now Jack played it to Stewart. Stewart and Jack connecting here. Jack now. Oh, and his touch is just a bit heavy. And there's a second opportunity here. Lewis just hitting wide of the post here. Jordan coming forward. He's going to punish them. He is! Jordan with the hat-trick there. And he has just robbed Parmesan Belgrade here of a potential 3 points. Stephen there tried to leave the foot trailing to block the ball there, but Jordan's placement is just too fine for him to do anything about it. And it's 5-3 now in this game. Heartbreak for Parmesan Belgrade. You remember those scenes of celebration from Lewis in particular when that third goal went in, and they're now 2 goals behind. Incredible comeback from O.B City, it has to be said. They've done a stellar job picking themselves up, and to be honest, they have to really thank Jordan for it. It's been a bit of a one-man show in that scenario, but his teammates have helped him and helped play him in. As Matt there with a header, it would have been spectacular, but it just goes wide of the goal now. And we're into the last bits of action here. O.B City 2 goals up. It looks like it's going to be their 3 points to walk away with. Parmesan Belgrade, though, will probably just wondering what happened in that latter stages, and that's it, 5-3 to O.B City. And we move on to game number 4, the last game of our first round of fixtures for week 3, and this sees Flaberdeen versus Bayern Bru. Flaberdeen in blue shooting left to right, and Bayern Bru in purple shooting right to left. Bayern Bru sitting at the top of the table, but only on goal difference, and they'll be very aware of this as they're attacking early on in this match. As corner shot there, just saved by Lewis. James now receiving the ball, looking to play it out wide there. I believe that's Buther on the ball there, plays at the corner shot, and it is just wide there. And apologies for any bad language coming through from that scream from Connor there. He has some very high standards set for himself. I mean, we're basically a couple of minutes into this game. He's already screaming because he's not hit the back of the net. Our very own commissioner is actually refereeing this match, and I think he did have a word with Connor to just calm it after a couple of minutes. But hey ho, if they're going to have that standard, fair play to them here as the ball's played through to Connor. Connor now, oh, he's round the man there. Can he get in the back of the net? He does, and maybe that might calm him a bit there. Maybe working through some tension through the week as Connor receives that ball. Nice little turn. Lewis comes across to try and make the tackle, but Connor just nicks it in the inside there and places it into the back of the net, and it is 1-0 to Bayern Bru in this game here. Flaberdeen will be frustrated that they've let themselves, well, I say let themselves, they haven't really. They just weren't able to stop Connor there after some good defensive and goalkeeping work early on. But David receiving it now here into the Bayern Bru half, looks to play in Connor. Connor just could not make the connection there on the far side, and David gets it back. David now looking to play in the box, and he's in, and he takes a shot. Craig with the save. Connor with the rebound there. Brilliant reflexes from Connor, and Flaberdeen are right back into this here. David there, nice little manoeuvre there to get some space on the far side there. The great save from Craig, you have to say. It was a powerful shot, but Connor, right place, right time, right manoeuvre, and it basically just hits off the foot and goes in, and that's exactly what you want to see if you're a Flaberdeen player, as your teammate on the edge of the box, getting there first. Doesn't need to be powerful, but it's on target, trickles over the line, and it is registered as a goal. 1-1 in this match. Keir playing it back to Stephen then, and the volley from Keir just over the bar there, just couldn't keep that shot down. It would have been a particularly splendid goal to see there, but nonetheless it did not go in as Richard looks to take that all the way back to his goalkeeper once again, and Lewis now will look to get things going again, but Davis denied there by Stephen. Stephen coming forward, Stephen still going, Stephen with the goal. That's a brilliant finish there from him. Takes the ball away from Lewis Forbes on the far side there. Lewis MC tries to get into the middle of the pitch there, and then Lewis in goal cannot make the save. 3 Lewises all put out of the game by Stein. Great stuff from him there. 2-1 the scoreline now to Bayern Bru. Stephen now wins it against David. David did get a vital touch there, but it doesn't come to anything for Bayern Bru as the block's been made there. Flaberdeen are away with Richard and David. David, the goalkeeper's committed. David with the shot. My word, how has that save happened there? It looked like the goalkeeper had committed early on there, and the goal was gaping with him on the floor. He managed to make the save after diving the wrong way, and Flaberdeen coming through once again, and Craig with another save there to deny Sean this time. Flaberdeen cursing the goalkeeping spectaculars here from Craig, who's keeping his goal clean for the time being. I say clean, he's already had the goal go past him, but he's stopping any more coming in as David looks to receive the ball on this side. David, nice footwork there, rides the tackle there. David still, and it's bobbing about. David still has it. Oh, he's found Sean. Sean with the back heel. Oh, spectacular stuff from Sean there on the edge of the box, just stood his ground. David moved forward there, plays it through the gap there. Sean just quickly gets that back heel in. Keir can't get to it, and the goalkeeper is blindsided one-sided with that being so close and so quick, and it is 2-2 in this match. Flaberdeen have found a way back into this game, and they're going to have to defend those straight after it. Still plenty of time in this match for anything to go in any direction, but these teams are now locked at 2-2. As a little bit of confusion there maybe just in front of the box, and Flaberdeen eventually get back to the goalkeeper, and there's a substitution here for Bayern Bru with Keir coming off, and it is Josh that comes on the pitch, and Flaberdeen have got things underway once again. The ball up to Sean, but he's lost it. Connor has it. Connor looks to play in James. Can James apply the finish? Yes, he can, and James sticks it into the bottom corner there, and that is Bayern Bru's third goal of this game. James there in a great position, that just standing on the edge of that box there, and then he tucks it into the bottom corner. A fine finish for him, but credit needs to be given to Connor there on the far side. Brilliant play to set him up, and it is Bayern Bru who are coming forward once again. Actually, Flaberdeen collected it there, but they're unable to make anything from it there. So 3-2 the scoreline in this match, as Bayern Bru coming through again, and Stephen can't quite hit the target with that. It just bobbles over the top of the crossbar there cruelly for him, and it just remains with the 1-goal lead for Bayern Bru. But they're coming forward again now. Connor there on the edge. Looked like a superb pass there, but unfortunately for Connor, just couldn't keep that shot down, and the throw out there by Lewis, it's a bit too wild there. Richard not ready to collect that, and Josh will collect that for Bayern Bru with ample time here. Flaberdeen looking a little bit leggy just now as Connor continues all the way through, and Connor gets another goal here for himself. A little bit of a shove there maybe from Sean. Connor stands strong though. Referee allows the advantage to go, and Bayern Bru will be happy for the advantage to be played there, considering it resulted in the goal there. Oh, and it's been intercepted by Stephen straight from kickoff here. Stephen all the way through. Stephen, oh, and he stuck it in the back of the net just moments after Flaberdeen have restarted the play. Bit of a disaster pass there from Paul, unfortunately, and Bayern Bru have been ruthless here and have just taken full advantage, and Stephen there just sticking it in the back of the net. And I think the frustration is starting to bubble over here for Flaberdeen, considering that they got themselves back into this match at 2-2. It seems to have disappeared on them very rapidly as the ball's played through there to Connor, but he can't keep it down. Quick throw it by Craig to find Connor. That's his hat-trick complete now. Brilliant quick play there from Craig to spot that run of Connor there. It's a brilliant throw actually. The ball just holds up there just as it's heading towards the edge of the box. Don't know whether Craig put a spin on that, but it was perfectly placed for Connor there, and he slots it in the back of the net to make it 6-2 and to complete his hat-trick. And they're coming again with Stephen here in front of goal. Oh, it has just crumbled away for Flaberdeen here. How quick have these goals been as the ball's played through to Stephen there? First time hit, rolls it past Lewis there. Nothing he can do in goals. And in a blink of an eye, it has went from what seemed like moments ago a 2-2 scoreline to 7-2. Now Bayern Bru have absolutely romped the latter stages of this match here as Martin with the ball here looks to play it to Stephen. Back to Martin. Martin pushing forward. Martin takes the shot. Saved there from Lewis, and that will help him with a little bit of confidence there, considering the amount of times recently he's just had to pick that ball at the back of the net. Lewis Forbes there trying to receive the ball from the goalkeeper, but heavy touch, but Sean's collecting it. Sean with a shot, and it is just wide of the goal there, but it's been quickly rolled out. Stephen's there. Stephen, he's got Martin. Does he use him? He actually plays it across to Josh. Josh with the shot. It's just wide, and Stephen can't collect that, and the ball goes all the way, and Sean's got it now. Great counter-attack opportunity, but he's just smashed it over the top of the goals, and Bayern Bru look to collect once again as Martin comes forward. Martin with the shot. Martin with the goal from distance there. Great finish by him there, and it's going to be an 8th goal for Bayern Bru. Brilliant work here from Martin. No resting on the laurels of the fact that they are so many goals ahead here. Pushes forward, takes that shot, and receives the reward for doing so. But Flaberdeen, my word, it is all just falling apart for them here. It seems like every shot that Bayern Bru has taken in the latter half of this game has just hit the back of the net. And actually, for context, just quickly looking as the referee's about to blow 8-2 the final score in this match. We enter the second round of our Week 3 fixtures, starting off with Bayern Bru versus Scandinavia. Bayern Bru in purple shooting left to right, and Scandinavia in red shooting right to left. And folks, this is a big one, the repeat from the opening game of the season here on pitch 1, actually, ironically enough, where Scandinavia managed to get the points over Bayern Bru. Since then, Bayern Bru have moved to the top of the table on goal difference. So, on to Week 3. This will give us a good bit of a litmus test, a bit of an acid test here to see where these two teams have gotten to after the first couple of weeks. Things slowing down a little bit here as the substitution is made, and I'll let viewers know this was a very cold night, and so anybody who's played in very cold temperatures understands that it can be tricky to get the breath going in these games, but not a problem for Ryan there, keeping his head cool, watching the ball at all times here as Martin tries the little fancy feet there. Ryan with a brilliant interception there, and then first time finish past Craig, and Scandinavia, just like they did on the opening day, have got themselves into a lead in this game. But Bayern Bru will be looking to strike back here, and this, depending on the outcome of this, it could, if either team walk away with a 3 points in this match, will have a significant say on where this season starts to unfold to. There's still plenty of time in the season, but it will be a strong indicator as Chris's shot is saved by Craig there, and Scandinavia unable to add to their lead. Reiter on the far side, they're looking for one of his teammates there, just holding up the play to allow some movement to go on as he plays it back to Chris there. Chris all the way back to goalkeeper Barry on the edge of the box there. He picks the ball up, which is within his right, as he's only touched it with his feet, and he rolls it to Chris. Chris, long ball forward to Reiter. Oh, that's a brilliant goal there from Reiter. The deftest of touches there. This long sweeping ball over to him there, runs onto the end of it. Light touch there, and it trickles past Craig in goals there. And it is 2-0 in this match here. And Scandinavia are pushing ahead and really making a statement here against the team that was, until now, if we had a live table, sitting at the top. But it is Scandinavia that will be leapfrogging them based on the results so far in this game. Loon there with a heavy touch though. Connor's in there. Connor with a shot on his ricocheted off the post cruelly for Connor, and the scoreline remains 2-0 to Scandinavia. Loon receives the ball there, looking to come forward, cutting into the middle of pitch, the shot there from distance, but it just misses the target and hits the backboard, and they can't make anything from the second chance there. Bayern Bru looking to come forward, Buther on the far side with the ball, looking to find Stephen. Stephen now with a shot, save there from Barry, brilliant save from Barry there, and it stops Bayern Bru getting an opportunity to come back into this match. As the ball is rolled out there by Barry, it goes right through to Stephen for Bayern Bru, and the ball's bobbling about in the Scandinavia half. And Bayern Bru look to try and get out in the unorthodox method. They have got it there, and Loon just gets it back to Barry inside his box, and he gets his hands on it there. Scandinavia still 2 goals to the good there. Oh, but Bayern Bru put in the back of the net, but the referee blows, says in the box here. Homer looks to play that back there, and yeah, that's in the box. That's a good spot from the referee that time. Ball is in the box here. Quick decision from the referee, and the game continues on from there. So unfortunately for Bayern Bru, not a valid goal, and it still remains 2-0 as Connor coming forward now for Bayern Bru. Save from Barry, and you can hear the frustration from Connor, and to be fair, this time you can understand the frustration rather than the 30 seconds into the previous game where he's already groaning. But it is a major position for Scandinavia having this lead. They're looking comfortable though, but there's pressure on Homer there. Twice off the board there. Oh, and Martin, who literally just came on the pitch there, standing at the edge of the box. Homer there with a mistake, a very unusual mistake there. He's hounded by Adam. Adam, brilliant ball off the backboard there as it goes the wrong side of Barry in goals. And Martin first time puts it in, and Scandinavia's goal this time completely valid, and they now have a foothold into this match. match as Homer just goes wide, making up for the mistake earlier there, and the ball's played up to Connor. Connor now, he's got Loon in front of him there. He plays that across to Kerr. Kerr, oh, it looked like it was destined for the bottom corner, but it's agonisingly gone wide. And Bayern Bru up in the Scandinavia half once again. Connor with the ball. Connor looking to play it into Buther. Buther's got Martin far side asking for it. Martin with a shot, and he's just gone wide as well. And you can sense that goal has revitalised Bayern Bru here, as they know if they can get one more, they can keep their top of the table position for now in this case. I believe so. With the goal differences, they should be okay with a massive win over Flaberdeen earlier, and that will help them definitely. As Martin gets the ball here after it comes out the corner, Martin looking for a runner, can't see it. Kier there with a shot, and it's in, and Bayern Bru have brought it back out of the depths of despair for such a long time, knowing that the scoreline did nothing to help them. Kerr there just behind Connor in that ruckus of body, puts it through the legs of Barry and goals. 2-2 now, and there is the final whistle in this game. Incredible stuff, 2-2. Halfway point, and we see Parmesan Belgrade versus Fatburn Rovers for you here in week 3, season 10 of Fat Fies football. Parmesan Belgrade in white shooting left to right, and Fatburn Rovers in green shooting right to left, and it's Fatburn Rovers with the ball in possession now, but they've lost it as Josh comes forward and Zach comes out and makes the save to deny him there. But the second opportunity there, oh my word, that hasn't gone in. I thought that had hit the back of the net there, but Zach there with a wonder save there as Lewis is on the edge of the box there. But unfortunately this time it's Josh that squeezes it through the legs of Zach after that miraculous save there. Josh here with a nice little turn away from Martin, and then he just places a shot there, and unfortunately for Zach, it's as he closes the legs there, I think the foot just drags it through the rest under his body, and it is 1-0 to Parmesan Belgrade. So the team who have struggled at the bottom of the table are the ones who take the lead early on in this match. And they're looking to come forward once again as Greg tried to make that pass there, but it's been blocked out. But he's coming forward himself now. Solo run, keeps going. Fine finish there from Greg, the commissioner player. A brilliant solo run to get it into the back of the net and to help his on loan team go into 2-0 position here. Brilliant finish there. Unfortunately, Zach completely dives the wrong way there. He's asking questions of the defence as to how he was allowed to run through that far. There will be questions around that, to be honest, but it is a brilliant finish from Greg, and it's 2-0 to Parmesan Belgrade. Fatburn Rovers trying to come forward now. Maro with the ball and elects to play it safely back to Zach, who clips it forward to Stephen, but Greg gets in front and Greg hits it again. Oh, and he's got a second. Now Zach asking questions here, but that ball forward, it's not arrived at the target there, and then you can see there Greg got the shot and it goes under the foot from Zach there, unfortunately for him. But there is a second goal for Greg, and questions will be asked around the whole team there, including the goalkeeper. And incredibly, within mere moments of this game getting underway, or that's what it feels like, it is 3-0 to Parmesan Belgrade. Well. Is this the sort of result that will get Parmesan Belgrade firing here, as Greg there tried the spectacular with some back heel manoeuvre there, but not quite hitting the target. Jack, who will be delighted with the scoreline, finding Stewart there. Oh, and sorry, Lewis on the far side there, not Stewart. And Zach makes the save and stops the ball from squeezing underneath him as well. Looked like it could have just trickled under his body and went through, as Lewis makes an interception there. There was space for Zach to get that ball away, so that's fine from Lewis's interception. He's not blocking in front of the goalkeeper. It's just went in his direction, just to make that clear to viewers, as there is certain thresholds that we allow and we penalise on that. But here comes the 2-goal scorer Greg, the key talisman for this team in this game here, looking to play, and he's found Lewis on the edge of the box, and Lewis just scoops it past the goalkeeper, and Fatburn Rovers falling apart here. Greg there, nice little play through that gap, and then Lewis just tucks that into that corner there. He's standing on his own in the back line there. Very little defensive work there to try and stop him, and it's 4-0 now to Parmesan Belgrade. Incredibly, as I was about to say, incredible stuff there. Incredibly, Fatburn Rovers have yet to score this week. Unbelievable stuff from them, as Gareth now with the opportunity, but Michael there with the save, and it's collected by Parmesan Belgrade there. Michael with the ball and hammer, waiting just for the substitution to complete here, as it has. Waiting for the referee's signal, and the players will get going once again here. Michael looking to get this ball out quickly. He looks to tell Stephen to run there. Nice little roll out to Stephen there from Michael. They're up the pitch already. Lewis at the back post there as we wait for this ball to come out from the corner. Stephen still has it over Timber. Stephen still there. Stephen with the finish, and well, unfortunately, unable to see the battling truly going on in that corner, but massive credit to Stephen there for not only coming out with that ball against Timber, but he's made it to the middle of the pitch, and he's just snuck it underneath the goalkeeper there, and it's 5-0 now. And this is disaster stations for Fatburn Rovers, as Nathan's intercepted the ball up to Lewis. Lewis now takes a shot. Lewis in the back of the net, and it's instantly, in fact, yeah, pretty much instantly, 6-0 now. This is incredible stuff here from Parmesan Belgrade. Zach is just stood there, rooted to the spot there. Unlike Zach, normally there's a hand or something thrown out there. He must have been unsighted completely with that shot, that he's just stood there and watched that goal pass. But Fatburn Rovers, my word here, this is just falling apart here for them. Luckily enough, they've managed to have some results earlier on in the season, so they're not in a dire position, but it won't be doing them well as they try to chase the likes of third and fourth spot here, as Parmesan Belgrade come forward once again. Stephen push for Stephen with the shot. Stephen with the goal. That's another goal for Parmesan Belgrade. They are unbelievable stuff there from them, and it is 7-0 now to Parmesan Belgrade. Unbelievable considering their results and how much they've been struggling the last couple of weeks. This could be a catalyst for them. This could be the spark. It is unbelievable for me to see how much Fatburn Rovers are not in this game, as Stephen's got the ball once again in front of Zach. He's too relaxed there, Stephen. Just needed to put some weight behind that shot there. Tries to flick it into the bottom corner and it does not come off. But to be honest, if you are 7-0 up in a match, that is the time to try that stuff, as Fatburn Rovers coming through with Gareth there, but Michael making the save. It's not only that Fatburn Rovers need to get shots away, which they haven't done, it's the fact they're also trying to score past Michael. But Gareth now with the opportunity, and Michael there to deny Gareth once again. You can see that frustration coming through the Fatburn Rovers team. And it's clear they're still going though. Gareth and Timber trying to get some work in here. Gareth on his own, and the angle just too tight there, but it's came back out, and unfortunately there it's picked up by Josh. Now up the line there for Lewis. This can't get worse than them, can it? Oh my word, the save from Zach denying Josh, so that could have easily been 8 for Parmesan Belgrade. My word, they will need these goals though, Parmesan Belgrade. They do need them for their own goal difference to try and jump over Rapid Viennetta now. But Parmesan Belgrade coming forward once again. Everything slowing down for Fatburn Rovers. Greg there with a shot almost through the legs of Zach here. And I think they're just listening for the whistle. And there it is, 7-0 to Parmesan Belgrade. Game number 7, and will it be a lucky 7 for either of these teams here? It's Rapid Viennetta versus Flaberdeen. Instantly they had a shout from the Flaberdeen boys that the touch has been in the box. Very hard to see from there though. Rapid Viennetta in orange shooting left to right, and Flaberdeen in blue shooting right to left. So the action's already kicked off in this game as Rapid look to come forward, but the chances there are blocked a little bit there. A little bit of apologies there on the camera with the little bit of smudge blur in the middle there. It kind of happens with our cameras when it's getting really cold there. And oh, looked like as if potentially a free kick there, but the referee is waving play on there. I think it looked more impactful with the bash of Adam into Lewis there, as as David comes forward, and David puts it in the back of the net there. Not much protest from the Rapid Viennetta players there, so maybe that says everything there. But David here receiving that ball, goes past Taylor there, and then as James comes to the edge of the box, slots it away there into the back of the net, and it is 1-0 already in this game. As I was saying there about the camera, this happens with some of our cameras when it gets cold. There's a bit of condensation that comes in with the curvature of the lens, so apologies for that. But we carry on anyway as the ball is passed around here from Rapid Viennetta, and their shot from Aiden there, saved by Lewis in goals to deny Rapid the chance to go into this, or get back into this game more likely. As Andy coming forward there, plays it out wide to Sean. Sean with a shot, and it is saved there by Lewis in goals for Flaberdeen, and it keeps the Flaberdeen lead at 1-0. And Rapid Viennetta are going to have to be on the defence now as David picks up the ball. David going forward there, James with the save, and they want to clear that straight away. I'm not sure what Lewis Forbes at the back is shouting for, to be honest. He just shouts for everything. Good tackle there from David though, fair tackle as he comes forward, switches it across. Oh my word, the save there from James. It was an open goal for Lewis Forbes there, and he just could not hit the back of the net as the goalkeeper came across with a strong hand and palmed it over the top of the goal. Brilliant goalkeeping there as Rapid just go wide there through Sean. Just trickles past that post. Rapid Viennetta growing into this game now. You can see they're getting a little bit more time on the ball here. Andy linking up there with Sean. Andy looks to try and find Adam at the back post as Lewis collects there for Flaberdeen though and gets rid of that danger. James there with a save from distance though for Rapid Viennetta, and Flaberdeen are definitely not out of this match. You see Maro there appearing in this match as the save there from Lewis to deny Rapid Viennetta the chance to get back into this game. So it remains 1-0 as David coming forward. David looks to try and get the shot away. He's gone wide there, and James with the save to deny David a chance of getting another goal. And incredibly, this match is still only 1-0 after David's initial goal. Andy here taking the ball into the middle of the pitch, still running. There's players all around him there as Maro picks it up there, but it's lost by Andy, and he keeps going. He's past Sean. Andy making great work to make it up here. Niall with a chance. Niall with the goal, and it's in the back of the net. And a quick apology in case you heard any bad language there with the players on the sideline just underneath the camera. But Niall in space there receives that ball brilliantly from Andy and puts it in underneath the crossbar there, out of the reach of the Russian goalkeeper, and it's 1-1 in this match. Rapid Viennetta back into this game. They need the points, as we saw in the previous highlight. Parmesan getting the win there as Sean agonisingly hits the post for Flaberdeen there. That would have got them straight back into this game from kickoff. You see Lewis there shouting for his teammates to go up there as David also asked somebody to make a run there. Long ball up to Sean in the corner there. He's got Andy there for company as he tries to come out there. Sean, he does so and plays it all the way back to David. David switching it over to Lewis Forbes. Lewis Forbes there into the middle to Maro, but it's been lost. Great touch by Adam. Adam pushing forward. Adam with the shot. Adam with the goal. Brilliant goal there from Adam. And he shoots some distance and it goes in the back of the net. Adam there receiving that ball. Lovely little touch there. And then just strikes it in off the post to that far side. And incredibly, Rapid Viennetta turning this game right around. 2-1 the scoreline for them now in that driving position there. As I mentioned earlier, Parmesan Belgrade with an absolute thumping over Fatburn Rovers. So Rapid Viennetta need the points to keep up pace with Parmesan Belgrade and to stop them from going to the bottom of the league. And they are sitting in that position that they want to be right now against Flaberdeen here as Andy looks to chip that ball, but it's just straight at the goalkeeper. David coming through there. James with a save, and oh, the ball rolls underneath them and stays out of the goal. And it's full time, 2-1 to Rapid Viennetta. Game number 8 and the last of our second round fixtures sees Ivory Toast versus O.B City. Ivory Toast in yellow, shooting left to right, and O.B City in the traditional black, shooting right to left. So these two teams, one sitting in third place, the other in a mid-table battle. and it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top as Cheesy comes forward with the ball here, and Wayne there getting that foot out there and making that save against Cheesy's shot there. O.B City looking to build up from the back here. Jordan coming forward. He's got Neil in front of him. Jordan looks to cut in the middle. Jordan with the shot. Thomas there with the save there to deny Jordan to getting the early goal in this match. Stu now with the ball, looking to play it out here to John. John on the turn. The commissioner player finds Neil. Oh, a lovely take there from Neil. Jordan had fallen over there. No defence in front of him there, but Wayne stood up well to Neil's shot and to deny him there. The ball's bobbling about right in front of the Ivory Toast goal here, but it's come all the way to Stu. Oh, and he's not hit the back of the net. A great strike there. Looked like it was going to be on target, but not quite hitting the back of the net. Referee just waiting for the substitution to finish here, and it does so, and he waves the game to start up again. Stevie there almost getting that touch to take it away from Tommy and goes there, but Tommy making the save, and the ball is booted there by Greg up to the back there. No, maybe not quite in the box there, but it's ushered in there by Callum to make sure Wayne can get hold of it, and Wayne finds Jordan now. Jordan has got Greg in front of him. Jordan out wide. Jordan this time does get the opening goal in this game. Quickly passed out by his goalkeeper there. Greg tried to come across and trying to keep up, but Jordan with the pace there, and he just scoops it past Tommy and goals there, and it's 1-0 to O.B City in this match. And Ivory Toast under the cosh already. Oh, but it's a bad pass there by Liam. And luckily enough, Liam comes across and blocks Callum's shot there. Otherwise, that could have been 2-0 very, very quickly in this match there. And Ivory Toast would have had a mountain to climb to get back in. O.B City looking to just slow things down a little bit here as Wayne looks to play it out there to Johnny. Johnny to Stevie. Tommy with the save. Stevie's second opportunity. Johnny now. Oh, and Tommy gets across and clears that ball. And a third attempt there by Stephen, the commissioner player. And it just goes behind the goal there. O.B City looking to pepper the box. But Ivory Toast coming forward now. Link up there between Neil and Liam. Liam taking that ball in. Stephen there getting the... Well, I thought it was. I think Liam actually got a shot away. And it just went past Wayne's goals there. So it is action-packed either end here. O.B City do have the advantage, but they are not safe yet as Ivory Toast still pepping away at them. But O.B City there with the chance. Little break in play there. And the ball goes all the way back to Tommy to restart the match. And the ball's put up to Cheesy. Cheesy now turns and takes a shot. Wayne there with a save. The foot comes out there and makes that stop. And Stevie collects. Long ball up to Johnny though. Can Johnny get the finish? It's Stephen that takes it. And he hits it just wide, unfortunately for him and for O.B City. Neil now countering. All the way up to Stu. Oh, and he's hit over there. Would have been a brilliant counter attack. But Liam's got the ball on the edge of the box. And Liam does stick it in the back of the net. And Ivory Toast have found a way back into this game. The ball cuts into the middle of the box there, and then Liam strikes it past Wayne in goals, and it makes it 1-1 in this match. O.B City bit frustrated that they've allowed Ivory Toast back into this game, and it looked like they were on top, but such is the case as the ball comes across and Stu clears that away for Ivory Toast. O.B City up into the Ivory Toast half. He's got space in the corner there as he looks to play out. Does so. That's fine though from the player Matt there. The ball in the box, but he not in the box, and just let that ball run across there. So the game is played on. John, bad touch from him there as Stevie comes forward. The ball is bounced off the backboard there. And John, almost sticking it in the back of the net there. Close stuff there, but not quite a mistake there. As the ball is played up to Stu. Stu back heels it through to Liam. Oh, and the save from Wayne, and Wayne has kept it from crossing the line there as well. Very close, but does a great job there. The ball's lost by Willie. Stu will go to collect it. Ivory Toast going at it now, and it's in the back of the net from John there. Brilliant finish from the commissioner player there as the ball is bounced off the board, and then he comes in late into the box and gets that into the back of the net. Brilliant stuff from him. Brilliant stuff from Ivory Toast. And they have fought back to take the lead in this match. Incredible from Ivory Toast that they've done that after going behind early on. They'll be delighted with it now, but the pressure will be applied as O.B City will start to throw everything at them. They want these points as they go in the hunt for the leaders there as Callum and there's the box there with a save from Tommy there. Oh, and there's a shout for in the box, and the referee hasn't given it there. Yeah, he's in the box here. That's been missed by the referee. Possibly the angle from it there, but it has not been picked up by the ref. And it is 2-1 in this game. It remains, and O.B City will be frustrated with that. Although that ball edge of the box is played in. Johnny, oh, he's hit it wide, unfortunately there. And O.B City still go begging here after being denied what looked like it should have been a penalty. Oh, as John almost goes wide there. Close to getting another goal there for Ivory Toast, and that could have been curtains for OB, but it drifts wide there. OB City moving up into the Ivory Toast half. It's off the wall there, and Jordan puts it in, but the referee says it's in the box. We'll have a look at this. If this isn't right, it's going to be disaster. It's in the box. It's a good spot this time. The referee's got this one right, unlike earlier, and it remains 2-1. They're unlucky for Jordan. He can't get it in the back of the net there. Ivory Toast, though, living on the edge here as they've lost the ball. Greg to Callum on the edge of the box, and it's blocked by Neil. Well, there may be an opportunity here. Stu's got the ball. Stu takes a shot, and it's just wide of the goal, and Willie will make sure that goes back to Wayne. Not long left in this match. O.B City need to get a move on if they're going to try and get an equaliser here. And Jordan with a shot, and that's it there. Jordan shot from distance. A thunderous shot there from about the halfway line through the bodies there, moves it there about halfway line, you see the centre spot there, and tucks it into the bottom corner out of the reach of Tommy, and Ivory Toast will be gutted. So close to the end of this match, but O.B City building up a reputation for late goals to drag themselves into games. There's still time left in this match. We're not quite done as the ball makes it all the way through to Wayne. We are entering the last stages of this game. At O.B City, can they pull off a miracle like they did against Scandinavia? They technically already have. Stevie's shot there just wide. Stephen now with the opportunity. It's blocked. Referee blows for full time. It ends 2-2. And we enter the last batch of fixtures for week 3, starting here on pitch 1 with Parmesan Belgrade versus Scandinavia. Parmesan Belgrade in white, shooting left to right, and Scandinavia in red, shooting right to left. It's almost top v bottom in this match, but not quite here. Both of them just a space away from both those titles. But it's going to be an interesting match here. Parmesan Belgrade with a thumping win over Fatburn Rovers in the last match, and Scandinavia looking really strong so far this season. But it's Parmesan Belgrade just now trying to go forward, but Loon intercepts it away from Stephen B there. Well, he's maybe had a little bit of a nick on the foot there, but Scandinavia continue forward there, and it's Loon that sticks it in the back of the net there. You see Stephen rubbing his foot as Loon continues on. Referee in right to let the play continue on. Scandinavia in right to continue forward, and a good finish there from Loon, and frustrating there for Michael as that ball just goes agonisingly past his outstretched foot. And so it's 1-0 to Scandinavia, and the team hunting for top position in the league, hitting the back of the net first. Maybe not a surprise, you would say, as an onlooker, based on obviously these teams' positions in the league and their results history. But still, for Scandinavia, it will set a precedence for them, and it'll get them in a good position. There could always be the chance, after we saw that with Parmesan Belgrade's last game, that a bit of a surprise there, and Stephen wins that ball well after Lewis unable to get the ball under control there. The ball's played into the middle of the pitch. Nathan's lost it though. Loon has it, shoots from distance. Well, that is a thunder shot if you've ever seen it there from Loon. I would say it's a trademark in terms of distance, but the power, my word, that ball doesn't hit the ground until after it's hit the back of the board. That thing defied gravity there. And it's 2-0 now to Scandinavia. They are looking good in this match. It's going to be tricky for Parmesan Belgrade to try and get something out of this. They're going to have to keep going though. They've done reasonably well this week. They will be delighted with that win in the second game, but they're going to have to watch that all their work doesn't completely come undone through Scandinavia. But it's going to be a tall ask with one of the in-form teams as they come forward, Scandinavia, but Stephen ushers that ball back to his goalkeeper. Stuart looks for it now. Stuart going forward. Oh, great tackle there by Loon. Holds the ball up. And again, a thunder hit from him there. And it's 3-0 and he completes the hat-trick in style there. First off, brilliant Brilliant block there. I know Stewart goes flying there, unfortunately, but it is a solid stop there. And the hit as well. Michael outstretched there. Nothing he can do to stop that as it absolutely rockets into the corner. And Scandinavia now in a really strong position to be walking away with all 3 points already in this match. Parmesan Belgrade haven't had much going forward. Again, could be a huge ask for them here as Chris hits that just over the top of the goals there. Michael out trying to make the save there. It's getting trickier for Parmesan Belgrade to get something in this match. This could be a bit of frustration that is being used positively by Scandinavia after only having that draw with Bayern Bru in the last game and feeling like they've maybe dropped that opportunity to leapfrog the league leaders. However, they are, as I said, they're responding well here as Reiter picks up the ball there. Back to Loon, back to Reiter, 4-0. Scandinavia looking like they are playing out of their skin here. Parmesan Belgrade trying to swarm to try and get some defensive work there, but Scandinavia absolutely strutting their stuff in this match. And Parmesan Belgrade are going to have to try and get themselves together in this in order to just stop this from being an absolute mauling, you would think, in this. But it's still only 4-0. It's still not a disaster yet. I will put an asterisk there. And Loon has the ball on the far side for Scandinavia there. All the way back to Ryan. Ryan, oh, nice little cut in there. I think he's accidentally caught Nathan though. Nathan's looking at the ref. I think he was wanting the free kick there. But it's all the way back to Scandinavia defence. And this will give Nathan and the Parmesan players a chance to get a defence going here as Lewis makes a block against Chris. Scandinavia know they've got all the time in the world. They're in the position as Nathan tries to make the tackle. Doesn't. Ryan through. And Ryan scores. And that's a great move there from Scandinavia. The little touch there by Loon just to play it into Ryan away from the oncoming Nathan. And then Ryan there just opening up his body with a left foot and just placing it into that corner there. And it makes it 5-0 now for Scandinavia. This could turn into a bit of a cricket score as Loon takes the shot and it's 6-0. Oh, unbelievable stuff there from the kickoff. The ball goes loose there straight into Loon and he just smashes it from there. And again, an absolute thunderous shot there. I think that maybe did touch the floor before it hit the backboard this time. But it's in that category of those sort of long-range, powerful shots there. Straight from kickoff, Parmesan Belgrade giving up the ball there and Ian seeing that back to his goalkeeper now. I mean, if you look at who's on the pitch now for Scandinavia, some of the big hitters, maybe with the exception of Chris, but a lot of their big hitters are off the pitch now. So this will be a right credit to Scandinavia if they're able to not only avoid conceding here, but maybe even add to their leads. The ball comes all the way through, and Barry there with the touch. Now there's shouts he's maybe out the box there. We'll have a quick look at this. The ball comes across there. Oh, that is tight. That's maybe been missed. It's very, very hard though for the referee there in that moment with that. You know, the Parmesan players are screaming for it, but view might have been blocked there, but it looked like Barry might have touched that out the box, and Scandinavia might have got away with one there. But Parmesan Belgrade doing well here. Oh, and Lewis just unable. Oh, and Barry stops that from going into the back of the net. Parmesan Belgrade very unlucky there. That looked like it could have been a great opportunity for a goal there, but it did not come off for them there. And Parmesan Belgrade looking to come forward, but Ian now collects the ball out to Ryan. Ryan now looking to switch over to Homer, but it's intercepted, and Lewis now with the chance. Lewis does eventually get past Ryan, plays it up the line there to Jack. Jack across to Greb, it doesn't happen. And now Chris going forward, riding the tackle there. Chris scoops it over, and it is 7-0 in this match now. A brilliant counter-attack there from Chris. Like I said, he's still on the pitch, still one of the big hitters for Scandinavia there, and he scoops it over the on-rushing Michael to the edge of the box there. And the Scandinavia team, they have lived through some tight calls in the last couple of moments with Parmesan Belgrade threatening their goal, but they've managed to extend it as it's been picked up here by Ryan, and it looks like that ball's just drifted away from them there. Though Chris interception back to Ryan. Ryan to Homer. Homer takes a shot. Save there from Michael, and the ball goes safely over the back of the goals, and Parmesan Belgrade will breathe a sigh of relief that there isn't any more added to the scoreline. 7-0, though this could be, well, it probably is out of their reach to get anything here, and they'll just want to try and cut the deficit more than anything here at this point. Homer holding that ball up. Nice little ball to Chris. He's got Stephen there, and he's away from Stephen. He cuts in Chris with a shot. Michael with the save there to deny Chris and to stop the rot of goals going back into the back of the net. Jack there tries to split to Josh, but Ryan in the way there. Ryan with a shot. Ooh, now that didn't look like a great connection, but it almost snuck in that far corner there. Michael got down quickly there and made the save, and the referee blows it back there. And to be fair, Homer's showing a bit of frustration there. I think it's more that he's frustrated with himself, but Ryan there making a substitution. It was Scrandinavia that called for it, and the referee just following the instructions of the players there. So can't be much frustration from him. But anyway, we get underway. Chris coming forward. Gets past Jack's tackle there, and Chris in the back of the net, and it's 8-0 now in this match. Unbelievable here as Chris just comes forward straight from the restart here and puts it in the back of the net, and this is becoming quickly and a bit of a mauling here for Parmesan Belgrade. Their goal difference that they picked up against Fatburn Rovers obliterated now. They really need to avoid letting any more in here for it to be more of a disaster and to completely wipe out their efforts of their second game. They'll have the 3 points, but it won't help their goal difference here as Homer there blocked by Greg. Greg again standing there blocking Homer once again there, and this will build up to Homer's frustration there. Though a bit of support from his teammate Chris there. That's great to see there. Chris helping Homer keep it there as Greg goes forward. Greg gets a goal for Parmesan Belgrade as he dances to the players there, and that will help a slight amount, but it's still something for Parmesan Belgrade as Chris came across there trying to make the tackle. Greg got the shot away. Barry reads it wrong, not diving the right way, and the ball goes into the back of the net, and it's 8-1 now. At least Parmesan Belgrade have managed to get a goal past Scandinavia in this match, but it has been nothing short of a really, really torrid time for them in this match as Reiter still has the ball at feet, toying there, just trying to goad the players to come in. He wants that tackle to come in so he can work past it. The ball through to Reiter. He's in space and time, rolls it, tries the first time, next the chip, and it goes in, and that's 9-1 to Scandinavia now. And you have to say, as much for anything, huge credit to Reiter for that move, but this Parmesan defence have just given up completely here and just standing watching it after Michael makes the initial save there. They really just want to get this over and done with. You can tell in their body language. And there isn't long left in this match, which will be of comfort for them there. But Reiter's move there, nobody ran with him. It was in acres of space, and Reiter had the time of the world to just stick that in. Jack's won that ball, tried to play it through the jaws, but Reiter wins that back. Ethan collects it, but the referee blows for full time. 9-1 the final score. Game number 10 sees Flaberdeen versus O.B City. Flaberdeen in blue shooting left to right, and O.B City in black shooting right to left. It's been a bit of a disaster week for Flaberdeen. They haven't picked up a single point so far in their last games. O.B City are doing not bad, but it's went into disaster mode already in this game for O.B City as they find themselves behind in this match. Lovely little connection there between, I think it's Connor and Lewis there on the far side, one playing into the other, and Lewis applying Lewis applying the finish there. I hope he's not applying a filling on the pitch. That'd be a bit of a dangerous move to do in the middle of a football match. But in any case, Flaberdeen, they are getting the opening goal in this match, and O.B City now looking to try and get into this game. Very little time for them to kind of ease their way in, and they're going to have to already look for a goal here as Lewis in goals there. Some good saves there to keep it 1-0 to his team and to deny O.B City a quick reply in this match. And it's switched over now to Jordan, who was the hero in the previous game. Jordan takes a shot, unable to find that bottom corner there this time. No doubt he'll be trying again soon though, as Matt now tries from distance there, and Lewis makes a save again to also deny him, and it remains 1-0. And as the substitutions go on here due to to a ball being put on the pitch from one of the other games. Jordan coming off the pitch now, and it's Stevie that comes on, and will he have an instant impact? And actually, as he comes on the pitch, there's the Flaberdeen players that are making the change. So David for Flaberdeen and Sean, some of the big hitters for Flaberdeen, turning up here as Wayne gets things underway. Long ball out to Callum, though, completely unmarked, and the ball trickles in the net. Wow! That is incredible. Flaberdeen not getting themselves organised here. Callum in acres of space in the edge of the box. And then a little bit of luck from Callum as it bounces through past the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper trying to close down there. And it was all panic stations from Flaberdeen. And they've lost their lead after those substitutions as they look to kind of strengthen their attack. They've actually weakened the defence. And it's 1-1 now in this game. They are trailing now. Sorry, they're not trailing at all. I am all over the place in this particular commentary. They are now level, but it's Johnny coming through, and they're almost trailing there if it hadn't been for the goalkeeper with the big save there. Johnny's shot looked destined for the bottom corner there, but the goalkeeper there with a big save as Callum looks to play it all the way up to Stevie now. Stevie on the far side, there's Matt there shouting from the middle, but doesn't quite make it. It's a good save there from Lewis for Flaberdeen to deny that ball going in there. Johnny on the far side with the ball running in. He's got a bit of space. No one's closing him down, but Lewis there equal to the shot, and the ball is easily collected by the goalkeeper. O.B City coming forward once again. Ball all the way through. Marrow there with the interception there. And he's played to Sean. Sean's got Willie in the keeper. Oh, brilliant save there by Wayne. Stops that ball going through his legs there and keeps the scoreline at 1-1 here. And as you might have heard in the background, somebody shouting, watch the back post, and Jordan lurking there. But unfortunately for Jordan, Lewis there with a brilliant save to deny him. And Lewis looks to get things underway. David passing that up to Sean. Sean's got Willie there. Sean up against the board. He's looking for some help there. Marrow offers it there. Marrow looks to flick it through, but it goes all the way through to the goalkeeper. And Wayne now out to Johnny. Johnny, I'm wondering whether I need to commentate with the person on the sidelines doing all the work here. Johnny's got Marrow there. Johnny keeps going. Save there. Stevie though in front of the goalkeeper. What a finish there from Stevie there. He was cool, calm and collected there. Johnny's initial shot saved by Lewis. Stevie there with the chest control. You can see the goalkeeper up on his feet, and he just flicks it into the corner there rather than trying to blast that, potentially hit it over. He keeps it calm and sticks it into that corner, and O.B City now have got the lead in this match. Their comeback is complete now, and they're now in the driving seat here as Sean tries to go and stop Willie from putting that, I was going to say Wayne, but Willie putting that back to Wayne there in the far corner, and O.B City coming forward now. Johnny with the ball on the far side. Good switch to Jordan. Jordan's got company in Lewis forward, but Jordan's shot is wide there, and the ball will harmlessly make it all the way back to the goalkeeper there. Lewis looking to play to David. He's got company already, David, though, but he's done well to keep that under control. Very good there as Jordan comes in there, and the ball, oh no, it's a disaster! It's a disaster from the goalkeeper there. It's had a fantastic match so far. David looked to play that back. Jordan got in the block there, and as the ball comes across, it looks like the goalkeeper has all time of day to collect that. Look at David's face. It says it all there. And the ball just slips past Lewis' hands and goal there. And it is a third for O.B City out of nowhere as Johnny's collected the ball as it's been lost. Flaberdeen look all over the place now. And this is similar to what we saw in the last game when things started turning against them. The tide changed. It became panic stations and they couldn't get themselves organised here. O.B City now still going forward. Johnny with the shot, but it bounces off the goalkeeper, who will be reeling from that mistake that he's made there, knowing that has now just made the task harder as Wayne makes a save. And Willie coming forward now. Willie with a shot. Great save there by Lewis, almost through the legs there, but he manages to keep a hold of it. And a brilliant ball out to David here. Now, can this be a redemption story here? Oh no! Oh, almost there from the goalkeeper and David as Sean hits the post there. It doesn't become a goal, and now they're on the defence once again. Johnny there as he goes all the way through to Stephen. It bounces. Johnny with a header. Johnny with the goal. Well, where do you start with that? The ball bouncing off the post for Sean. The counter-attack here. But overall, this header from Johnny, a very unorthodox finish, but it actually is probably the best option with the height of that ball. Anything on the foot is probably going to scoop it over the bar. Johnny elects the header there. Oh my word, it's almost from kickoff. Another opportunity there. But yeah, big credit to Johnny there for picking the right thing. It was very unorthodox, the kind of diving header. It probably would have hurt landing on the AstroTurf here. But it gets the goal. 4-1 the scoreline now as Lewis makes a save there to deny it getting any worse. Sean has an opportunity now. Oh, and it looks like they're alright between the two of them on the far side there. Looks like they've avoided that. A wee coming together there as Matt with a chance. Save there from Lewis, and Sean will look to collect, though Willie comes across and looks like he clears the ball there. We're into the final moments of this game as Flaberdeen look to get forward. The game feels like it is beyond them now. Paul, they're trying to get under control. Lewis has let the ball away. David trying to cut in, still has it, takes the shot. It's high there. Can Lewis get the shot away there? Tries to knee it there, but unsuccessful. 4-1, the final score to O.B. Penultimate game number 11, sees Rapid Viennetta versus Bayern Bru. Rapid Viennetta in orange shooting left to right, and Bayern Bru in purple shooting right to left. Early in there, Kier looks like he's taking a touch, but Stevie with a shot. And it's Martin actually, not Stevie this time. Stevie's the one who's played it into Martin there. Martin taking that touch, taken away from two Rapid Viennetta defenders there, and then hitting that with purpose into the back of the net. And it is 1-0 to Bayern Bru early on there. As I said, looked like Kerr took a wee bit of a little knock there, but he seems to be alright as Neil gets the chance away for Rapid Viennetta, but it's just wide of the mark there from him. But the second chance he does not pass up. It hits the back of the net there. Lovely twisting and turning there. It's still with him there, as you can see, after it bounces off the Bayern Bru player there. Takes the shot and it's past Craig there, possibly near Craig's near post, and that will have been a sucker punch for Bayern Bru. They are 1-0. Quick response there from Rapid Viennetta. Steve goes flying there, though Adams came away with the ball. Looks like it's just been a bit of a trip after Adams won the ball. The referee waves play on, but nothing comes from Rapid Viennetta, and as Bayern Bru and Martin plays it through to Steve. Reverse of before, but the same result. Reversing the roles, but the same result. Martin powering through there, clatters a little bit into Andy there, but nothing you can do to stop momentum. And then Steve there on the far side hits it into the back of the net, and it is 2-1 to Bayern Bru. So they've got themselves back in the lead once again, Bayern Bru, and they'll look to build on from this as James collects that ball. Adam there with a little bit of an unusual control there. Andy with the ball fighting there to try and keep hold of it, and he does, but it's been lost. And now Booth coming forward. He just hits wide of the goals there, unfortunately for him there. And now it is Bayern Bru. A little bit of a break here as the substitutions are happening, but it's Bayern Bru to get things going once again in this match. Craig, nice little pass there to Steve. Steve looking to try and find a teammate, scoops it all the way. Oh, the interception's been missed by Neil there, and now they're coming forward. James with a touch. It's Taylor and James for Bayern Bru, and it's James for Bayern Bru that comes away with that. I didn't know what was going to happen here. Taylor stood on the ball there, as you can see there, can't quite clear it. James there behind him, and then eventually just scoops it past James in goals for Rapid Viennetta. James v James, and it's the Bayern Bru, the one in purple, that comes out on top. And it's 3-1 now for Bayern Bru in this match. They're looking comfortable as this match continues on, and just like Parmesan Scandinavia, we are not going to see a bottom end of the team take points off. Well, actually, that's really early for me. Let me rephrase that. Just like the Parmesan Scandinavia game, it is the bottom team once again who is struggling against the team at the top of the table, which is a bit of a better and more respectful description at the current status of the match. This game is nowhere near done. There is only 2 goals in this, and I need a slap on the wrist for it, insinuating that the game was over. But it could be soon if this continues. There's a great ball there to Steve there from corner. Gets it back corner, cutting in, still has the ball, and he's managed to find the back of the net when it looked like that ball had completely gotten away from him. On the edge of the box there, still has it. You see here, He's got it. It looks like it's completely away from him there. He actually takes a swipe and misses. And I think he does a bit of a back heel. It's blocked a bit by some players in front of the ball and the referee, who is the most important person to have the better angle. You have to admit, as much as we love to see and capture on cameras, the referees need the best view of all. But Connor sticks it in the back of the net there, and it's 4-1 now to Bayern Bru in this game. Neil missing that interception there as Steve picks up the ball. Lovely ball through the legs there, unfortunately. But for Neil, luckily enough, James there with the save, and it remains 4-1. No additional goals for Bayern Bru as Andy tries to weave his way through, but Connor wins it there. Connor going through, finds Steve. Well, he tried the theatrics there, Steve, and it did not come off. And now Andy with the ball for Rapid. Andy coming forward. He's got a teammate Taylor there. He finds Taylor. Taylor now looking to come forward. It's gone a little bit wide. Uses the board, but unfortunately it's Steve that picks it up, and he's played it to Connor. Connor now theatrics again, but they've worked this time as Kerr comes forward. And Kerr there. What a finish there from Kerr. He sticks it right under the crossbar there, well out the goalkeeper's reach. Hit with some power as well. You can see this on the bounce as it comes off the bar. And James diving down, expecting it to be low, and it goes right over him. And it's 5-1 now. Maybe my premonition and mistake early on might not have been far off the mark. 4-goal difference now between Rapid and Bayern Bru, and very shortly it's going to get to a stage where Bayern Bru will be feeling incredibly comfortable that they're going to see this game out and get precious 3 points that they will be after. As off the boards, Connor there, 6-1. I'm going to call it. I think this is going to be Bayern Bru's game now at this. Unfortunately for Rapid Viennetta, Bayern Bru have just been on point, and unfortunately James has had to pick the ball out from the back of his net 6 times in this game. Just not quite at the races, these guys. A little bit of a step too far, but still been a decent week for Rapid Viennetta, picking up those points earlier on and the draw. As Bayern Bru come forward now, and the save from James there. So that 4 points that it looks like they're going to be walking away from this week. That'll do them good at the bottom. That's something that they can definitely build on and try and move their way up the table. As Andy has the ball now. Andy moving forward. Shots just wide. They're still going for it, Rapid Viennetta. Brilliant attitude here as they're kind of pushed forward here. But Buther has the ball. Looking to play it out to Steve. Steve's in space. Taylor's trying to get across. Steve with a shot. It's in the back of the net. That is 7 now for Bayern Bru. And yeah, I mean, Rapid just really need to kind of shut the shop at the back here, you would think, to try and stop this. This is a 6-goal swing that's going to affect their goal difference, and it could be a major factor in what keeps them off the bottom of the table as the season goes on. Could also affect them as they move up the table there. As Adam's shot looks like it bounced off of Craig there. Taylor still has it. Taylor off the boards, and then Craig collects it easy enough there. So no opportunity there for Rapid Viennetta to cut away at the goal difference in this match. Craig playing it out to Martin, out here on the wide, has got space. Andy tries to close him down here. Martin switch over there to Buther, and it looks like it's worked. He's used the board and the net into his advantage there, and Buther just slowing this game down there. But Adam in front of the other Adam there, Adam B now, the commissioner player, with the shot, and it's saved by Craig there. He looks like he's going to try and come back out. Oh, but brilliant pass there by Adam to find Sean at the edge of the box there, and Rapid Viennetta have a second goal in this game. Adam, they're still working away. I can see Sean moves forward there. Brilliant move by Sean. Kerr has no idea he's done that, and it's through the legs of Craig there, and Sean gets the goal to his name. 7-2 now the scoreline. Reduces the deficit now back to only the 5 goals rather than the 6. May sound as a very, very small nuance, but it could be pivotal for Rapid Viennetta. It could be pivotal for Bayern Bru, keeping that lead over the rivals that they have. As Craig makes the save there, and then Sean's follow-up attempt is blocked. And we're in the last stage of this game. Bayern Bru pushing forward. Can they get a late goal? No, the referee blows for full time. 7-2 the final score. Final game of week 3 sees Fatburn Rovers versus Ivory Toast. Fatburn Rovers in the dark tops, should be green, but they're playing with just showing black to kind of keep the contrast difference between the yellow and the green. So Fatburn Rovers playing in dark tops and Ivory Toast in the yellow, the lighter tops here. Fatburn Rovers shooting from left to right and Ivory Toast shooting from right to left, as John there early on with a chance for Ivory Toast, but the save from Zach there. Fatburn Rovers have had a torrid time this week. They haven't even scored a goal coming into this match. Ivory Toast, well, they've picked themselves up a draw. In fact, 2 draws they've actually had, so they're only on 2 points this week. 2 very low-scoring draws as well, actually, funnily enough, 2-2 all results, although they have been against some decent opposition. As early on there, the goalkeeper for Ivory Toast, they're called into action, I believe it's Cheesy in goals just now, called into action there, and once again, quickly called into action again to deny Fatburn Rovers and to keep that trend of them not scoring at all yet. A little battle over there on the far side. It's bobbled around over there. Dougie coming forward with it now. Timber now with the shot. Saved there from Cheesy. First time miss from Dougie. Second time. Can he get a third? Yes, he does. And this time it does hit the back of the net. And Fatburn Rovers have got their first goal of this week's fixtures. Incredibly enough there. Took 3 attempts though from Dougie there, but he managed to get it into the back of the net, and that's a great start for Fatburn Rovers. This will be something that they could build upon in this match if they can, as Neil comes forward for Ivory Toast, and the shot there just behind the goals there, but Stewie will pick up on the far side there for Ivory Toast, as Fatburn Rovers now have the ball in possession. Gareth here looking to find someone to pierce the ball through and get through the Ivory Toast defence there, but he's forced all the way back, and now Martin, lovely touch there by Martin's got it under control. There's runs here, oh, but the pass not quite there, and Stewie picks it up, and Stewie's pushing forward. Great save there by Zach. Unfortunately for Martin, he just couldn't make that pass move, as Tommy then takes the shot, saved by Zach, lands at the feet of Liam, and it's in the back of the net there. Tommy's pass there, you see it's a good save by Zach, but it's right into the path of Liam, and Liam hits it first time into the back of the net, and the frustration from Zach there. He knows he should have kept that in his box, but unfortunately it didn't, and it's 1-1 in this match. Ivory Toast found a way back into this game very quickly, but they're on the attack, Fatburn Rovers now, and just couldn't quite reach Martin at the back post there, unfortunately for them there. Gareth now moving forward. Gareth with shot, but it's blocked by Stu. And now Ivory Toast has a chance to come forward. Neil scooping that forward. Liam out here, out far side. Gregor going with him for Fatburn Rovers. The ball coming back to Stu here. He's made it all the way up the pitch now. It's Stu. Looks to get past Dougie. He does so. Stu, keep going. Turning inside and out. And he's going to do it once again. Plays in the middle there. Tommy! Tommy with the goal. And Ivory Toast are now into the driving seat. They have taken the lead in this game. And they are on course. There's a bit of a shout of in the box here. Nope. Absolutely out of the box there. Some cries from the Fatburn Rovers players. You can see Stephen there at the back there. There's some complaints to the referee saying he's in the box, but as you can see from the replay there, definitely out of the box, and the goal stands as Fatburn Rovers look to get things underway. Timber just playing it back to Zach to try and get the move started once again. Cheesy in goals for Ivory Toast, playing it out to John here. John trying to get past Stephen there, plays it into Neil. Neil back to John. Oh, and John's shot is over the goal there. Zach did well to come out to the edge of the box to put him off there, and John's shot is not on target there. Martin trying to chase that ball. It's off the board, but Gareth will collect. Gareth has an opportunity. Oh, and unlucky for Gareth, just not enough power to lift it over Cheesy, who had committed himself to the ground. But Liam coming forward now. Liam cuts it back to Stewie. Stewie now takes a shot. Oh, it's well placed by Stewie, and it's in the bottom corner there. Liam taking that run, seeing him making that move, Stu, on that far side, and then just place it into the bottom corner. And unfortunately for Zach, it's just out of reach of his foot there. He can't get something on it. 3-1 to Ivory Toast, and this game is slowly slipping away from Fatburn Rovers here. They're going to go this week with no wins and with only 1 goal currently to their name. It has been a bit of a disaster week for them. However, they'll still be mid-table type battle going on with them. Oh, as the ball ricochets off the underside of the crossbar for Tommy there. That would have been his second goal in this match. As a free kick there, it's tried to be clever from Timber, but it doesn't quite meet Gareth, and Stu there with the shot as Zach makes the save. The ball goes out into the other pitch. Once again, restarting the play after the ball has been put behind the goals this time, as Timber there holding it up well against Greg, takes the shot, but Cheesy there and collects the ball, and Cheesy starts the attack now, out to Stu out to John pokes it through to Tommy's got it, Zach's made the save, but Tommy still has it, back to Stu, saved there, and Tommy hits it on, it's trickled in, unfortunately for Zach and Fatburn Rovers there. Tommy rolled that off to Stu there. Good save there. The ball bounces back. It's not hit well, and Zach can't quite just get a hand on it there as it just rolls in the back of the net. And Ivory Toast have put themselves into a 4-1 lead, and they'll be feeling comfortable now with this 3-goal lead over Fatburn Rovers. Fatburn Rovers, probably just like Parmesan Belgrade, are probably getting to that state where they're just waiting to hear the final whistle of this game. Bit of battle over on the far side there, and Gareth loses the ball, and Liam has a chance. Could he make it worse for Fatburn Rovers? Zach with a big save there to keep it at the 3-goal difference, and to try and keep his team in this match somehow. Tommy looks to receive that ball, does well though, plays it off to Liam. Liam now has options, he goes to shoot himself, and another big save there from Zach as the legs come out. And luckily for Fatburn Rovers and Fatburn Rovers fans, we're entering the last moments of this game. Gareth looks to play it to Doug. Doug now rolls it back to Martin. Martin tries to get the shot on it, but Greg gets there first. Referee blows full time. Final score 4-1 Ivory Toast. So confirmation of the final scores from week 3 on your screen, including those absolute nail-biter draws in the middle games, as well as the Scandinavians thumping their 9-1 and Bayern Bru 7-2. That will help them at the top of the league. And speaking of the league, looking at it now, Bayern Bru still on top on 22, Scandinavian 22, 2-goal difference between them though. O.B City on 19, Ivory Toast on 12, Fatburn Rovers on 9, Flaberdeen and Rapid now both on 7, split between a 3-goal difference, and Parmesan Belgrade on 6 at the bottom of the table. Fat5's football's player registration is always open. If you are based in the northeast of Scotland and have a BMI of 26 or higher, you are more than welcome to register as a player. Go to our website fat5.football for player registration. Fat5 Football is delighted to offer sponsorship packages to local and national businesses. To see what we can do to help your business and ensure we can continue to bring these free highlights, please check out our website fat5.football/sponsor for more details. Make sure to subscribe, like and hit the notification bell so you get told when new videos go live of our highlights.